Hello to all, welcome to the channel GeoGuru. In this video we are going to learn about what is spectral signature in the remote sensing and how we can extract the spectral signature in QGIS. So, spectral signature is the different surface types such as water body, bare ground and vegetation reflect different amount of radiation in different various channels. So the radiation reflected as a function of the wavelength is called the spectral signature of that particular surface. If you see this diagram, in the x-axis we can have the wavelength in micrometer from 0.4 micrometer to 2.4 micrometers, and on the y-axis we have reflectance in percentage. So if you analyze each and every line represent different type of objects over the earth surface. For example, this blue line represent the water with phytoplankton. That means water with some green vegetation. This blue line represent the clean water. So you can see this the spectral profile of both of these water bodies different with each other, whereas the spectral profile of this green color, that means vegetation, is of different color, in which we can see that it possesses the high reflectance value when coming to the NIR band. So the main purpose of this particular spectral curve is to identify the feature with the help of satellite imagery. So in order to extract this with the help of satellite images, we will switch to our QGIS window. So now this is our QGIS window, and in order to perform this exercise we will install a plugin with the name SCP plugin. So we will go to the plugins, manage and install plugin. Please make sure that you have an internet connection and search for SCP or semi-automatic classification plugin. So if you have already installed this plugin, so there will be a sign of uninstall, reinstall or update plugin, and if you do if the installation is not successfully done, so there will be an option of install plugin will be there. You have to click over that. So after the installation, in the menu bar we can see an option that is SCP. So we will click over this SCP plugin, and here with the help of SCP plugin all this particular task can be performed, like Landsat, basic tool, download products. So for this exercise we have downloaded the Landsat 8 product of Bhopal city, and how to download the Landsat 8 within the QGIS using this SCP plugin, you can follow the video in the description or in this card. So in order to open, we will click on the layer, add raster layer. We will browse to our folder where we have downloaded our images. So for this exercises we have downloaded the Landsat 8 B1 B2 up till B10, that means B11. So we will open from B1 to B11. So now these are the total 11 images that we can see, and each of the images has a different band, that means B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. So what we will do, we will go to the SCP toolbar, and first of all we will click this band set, and in the band set we will click this first option, that is band set. And if you have a stacked image, you can always open in this single band list. So we will just hit refresh, and now we can see all the images are displayed over here, which are in the layer panel, and we will select all of these images and click plus sign, so that the band combination of all of these images will be listed over here. Now we have to see the correct order of this particular relation, the Landsat. That means first of all we should have B1, after that we should have B2. So what we can do, either we can do some manually, like we click on B10 and we will click this button so that this particular band will go down. So I will just use this particular, or what we can do, we will remove this B10, B11 and B8, because these are the panchromatic and TIRS band, which may not be very much useful. So we will just click over this band and click this minus sign, that means delete row. So now we can have B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 and B6 and B7, and all the central wavelength, I'll just click it once over again. So all the central wavelength will be added over here, that means 0.44, 0.48. After that, we will just close this or minimize this, and we will open the SCP doc. So we'll just click SCP and click on show plugin. Now all the necessary tools, that means toolbar and menu bar, will be displayed over here. But in order to identify the feature into the earth imageries, we have to create a false color composite. And how we can do that? Simply going by this is the main window, what we have done previously. We will just click create virtual raster of Landsat and hit run. So it is asking the folder, so we will select this same folder. Now the similar beep sound has been heard, so that means our processing has been done. And if we enlarge this particular thing, now we can see this, there another image has been added with the B word ras, that means it is the virtual raster. So we will uncheck all of these images and check only the virtual raster, and we will change the band combination by right click over this, click on properties, and we will have a false color composite. For that we will have choose B5, B4 and B3, because we know that in order to visualize the image in the false color composite for vegetation, we will choose the NIR band, then red band, then blue band, and click apply. Now we can see that our image has been displayed in the false color composite, and we zoom to a certain area. So this is actually the Bhopal city, and this particular is the Bhopal lake, and these are the urban settlement. So what we will do, the next task is to create the training data set, and we'll just click on this in the SCP doc. We'll click on this training input, and we will create a new training input. We will just click over it, choose a folder where which you want to save this, like training, save. And after that we will create a small chunks, that a small cluster of what we want to actually extract. For example, we want to extract these spectral signature of its water body. So what we will do, we will check this, click this create ROI polygon, and with the help of left click we will try to draw a polygon. And in order to close the polygon, we will just right click over this. Now this polygon has been created, and we will give a separate unique MCID and CID, like over here the name will be water body, and you can see the pond. MCID and CID is 1, and we hit click on save. So it may take a time depending on the how bigger polygon we have created. Now our training signature has been saved, and in this list we can see MCID with the name water and CID with the name pond. A polygon has been created. Next we will try to create a polygon over the urban area. So we will focus to the urban area, because this blue and cyan color represent the urban area. And again we will click this polygon and create a small polygon and click save. So what we have done, we did not change the MCID, so we will try to delete this polygon because it has been created by mistake. And in order to delete, just select this and click on this delete highlight item. So again we will try to create a polygon over this urban, and this time we will change the name like urban, and here we will see city, and we will have a separate MCID and CID. Click save. Now this class has also been saved. Now we will prepare a third class also of maybe agriculture or forest or barren land. So now this is can be considered as a barren land. So we will create a small polygon also, and we will give barren, or with the name waste, and we will have a separate MCID and CID. We'll click save. Now we will create one more polygon of agriculture or forest. So we will look for any land. So this portion contains some agriculture land, that means plots. So what we can do, we can create a small polygon over this area also, and here we will try to type the name agri, or we can say the subclass name as Rabi, and click save. Now similarly we can create n number of polygons represent different kind of land use classes, or we can create some more polygon for the single class also, and after that we can merge that product. But now we have created 4 polygons for 4 different features, and we will select all of these 4 and click over this plus sign which represent calculate signature for highlighted items. Click yes. So this particular thing might take few seconds to few minutes depending on your computational speed and how much amount of signature and pixels we have generated. Now after the signature has been created, we'll just again select all of this and click this button which represent add highlighted signature to the spectral signature plot, and by hitting we can see a graph has been occurred. So we will just enlarge this, and we can now see that different color combinations are there. So first of all we will just uncheck all of this and check only water body. So in this particular we can see a dark line with some other range. So that means the dark line represent the average pixel values of the polygon that we have selected, and we can click on this signature detail to identify that yes, this particular for this particular band, that is 0.44, we have an average value of 11,517 because the total number of pixels we have taken is 259. So this particular shaded portion contains the different type of range. So in the water body we can see this, it reflecting high amount of energy into the blue band, then green band, and when it goes to the NIR band and red band, this reflects low amount of energy because in the NIR band water absorbs all amount of energy. So when we click on this urban, so in the urban body we can see that it is reflecting more amount of energy in the shortwave, infrared and NIR band. So this is the tendency of urban feature. If we don't want to visualize this highlighted part, we always click on this plot value range. So now we can see the clear lines. If we click on the barren land, so barren land produces the similar to the urban because barren land generally consists of building materials for which the urban or the settlement has been created, and this is the agriculture. And the agriculture we can see the amount it created the maximum amount of reflectance in the NIR band. So this is how we can create the spectral signature of any area or features of the earth surface. And if you want to save this graph, we can always do so by clicking on this save the plot, and it is asking for the path, and we can always download the JPG, PNG or PDF file, and we can incorporate this type of graphs into our report also. So that's it for the day. Hope you like this video, and if you find relevant into your purpose, please hit the like button, and please do share or subscribe this channel to support us. Thank you.